Hey, it's Charlie Pickett, District 2 Commander of the Department of Connecticut, for a little officer training on the post-inspection form and the all-important annual post-inspection. So let's get right to it. So before we get to the form, let's talk about document management. Document management is nothing more than how you store your documents. So while the quartermaster has their own book, the adjutant, we decided that the adjutant is going to be the book to rule them all. It has all our annual filings like the 990 and the bond and stuff like that, and the election report. Keep it right here, right? Additionally, this wood-grained one is our minutes, our QM reports, our trustees reports, our bank statements. Yes, our bank statements. Correspondence goes all in here, right? We recognize that this is the history of the post through bank statements and through correspondence and through the minutes. And we said, hey, let's keep it all together in one place. If anybody wants to look at minutes, we actually distribute our minutes via email on PDF. And if there are any corrections, typically they're emailed in almost immediately. Right? So knock on wood, I have very few. And lastly, this big guy here, that's applications and DD-214s are similar. Evidence of qualifying service for all the members in the post or who've ever been in the post. We keep that because it's a lot easier. Yeah, we redact the Social Security numbers and any PII, but the convenience far outweighs the risks, and it doesn't leave the house. So that said, let's get to the form. So if you look on the form here, you'll see that the top part up here is just biographical information. Has the post adopted bylaws in accordance with Section 202 of the National Bylaws? Our post has not. I just redid the district ones. Those get printed out, and we put those, the district and the state ones, in the back of our minutes book in case anybody wants to look at them at a meeting. Seem to be the place to put them. Date reviewed by Commander-in-Chief. Yeah, that would be on there. Is the post incorporated in accordance with Section 708 of the National Bylaws? Yes. You take the date, that doesn't change. Date file with appropriate state officials, that doesn't change. That should be in your adjutant book and live there. Name of incorporated unit, take that right off your state of incorporation. Registered agent right there, Charles Pickett. And last updated. One thing I tried to, so we're on a fiscal calendar, so July 1st to June 30th. We try to file before July 4th when there is a big VFW event. So I'll see a bunch of state officers. I can say, oh, I got it done. It's muscle memory. If I get it done in the first 3 days, great. Are all officer positions filed? Yep. Just look at the election report. That's right there in the front. Our post delegates elected in accordance. Yes, they're in the minutes book. So a lot of these, I mean, it's in one of these 3 books. So we boil it down, right? We don't have a canteen, makes it very easy, but all that stuff gets distilled into the monthly quartermaster reports. Our post delegates, yep. Does the post adjutant maintain books and records legible in uniform format? Just look at the books. Maintain a file containing a copy of the original application to every member admitted to the post. That's the big green book. Maintain a file of meeting minutes after correction. That's the wood grain one. See a pattern here? Current orders and circulars issued by a higher authority. They come in. I'll redistribute them. I'm going to go with Shorish. All right, that's one of those. Maintain a correspondence file. Anything that's like a thank you letter or anything that's directly related to the post goes into the minutes book. They're sometimes read into the record. Maintain a file containing proof of eligibility submitted by offices in the Green Book. Maintain a current copy of Post District in the back of the minutes book. That easy. Are applicants for memberships reviewed, read, and voted on in the minutes? Does the Post hold at least one regular minutes? Are all committees reporting in the membership at the minutes? If you do a good job at the minutes and they're in the minutes book, you're just breezing right through this. Our community service program activity reports submitted in accordance with department bylaws and guidelines. I am not overly familiar with those, but we do make it a point of filing at least 3 times a year. One shortly after 4th of July to get one in for the new fiscal year. One before Christmas to end off the year. and one before the traditional deadline of May 15th for the state awards. To get that in, we might do a subsequent one in June to pick up the Memorial Day activities. And that's the date you submit them. Does the post observe commemorative minutes? Is the post have auxiliary? If you do not, we do not know. Does the post distribute buddy poppies? Buddy poppy distribution qualifies as one buddy poppy you give to somebody. You remember, you don't sell buddy poppies, you distribute them, so bring a buddy poppy for your inspector if you can't remember the date. I'm not joking. Does the post have a membership committee? Does the post have a viable recruiting retention plan? Some years are better than others. Those are yeses, right? Do the elected trustees review the monthly report of receipts and expenditures in the minutes book? Yes, they do. They'll look at them. You know, it's a little harder on Zoom. Definitely a little harder on Zoom. Do the elected trustees audit quarterly all books and records of the post quartermaster, post adjutant, and any activity? So one thing we do is that we put the let me just flip to it. We put the trustees report of audit, and we put it right down on top of the last bank statement, so that the trustees can just fold up the page and can look down on the page at the numbers and compare them. It really is that simple. Do that for the monthlies too. And the date of the last quarterly audit. Make sure that audit's super tight. No problems there. Make sure your bond covers that one. I'm not going to put my numbers out for the world to see. Okay. But you can get your traveler's casualty and surety information off of your bond, which is in the adjutant's book. Expiration date of bonds, right on the front. Our additional officers, no, we do not. Does the post quartermaster maintain books and records in a legible uniform format? If you, in fact, spent the money and got the... Come on, hands. Got the quartermaster's detail of receipts and disbursements, number 4208, that will qualify as legible. Receive and properly transmit membership dues as required. We do all of ours electronically, so thank you, VFW National. Maintain a relief fund in accordance in the minutes and in the statements and in the reports. Have care and custody of all committee refunds in the minutes and in the reports. Report on transactions concerning receipts and expenditures at post meetings. In the minutes. File appropriate forms required. That's usually like liquor permits, and we don't have those. Date of the last 990 filing. 990 filings, adjutants. And remember, if you can't find yours, you can always go to the IRS site and look it up there. You can also get a copy of your determination letter, publication 78 data, or the e-postcard. Remember, it goes backwards, so you go backwards in the tax period. So don't freak out if you can't find your current one, because that is the current one. Just like your taxes. And your EIN number. All expenditures voted on in the post membership and approved by the post commander in the minutes. We try to keep them in new business. Just makes life easier. Also, the quartermaster can just initial after it gets done. Simple emails also like, hey, I got this done. Are all expenditures voted on and approved by? Yep, our expenditures from the relief fund in accordance. Yes, actually, at our last meeting, we had to read those to verify we could spend money on Voice of Democracy and Patriot Pen. Our signatures authorizing disbursement of funds done in accordance with post bylaws. All of our stuff is done electronically through Webster. We don't write checks. Our checks pre-signed by the author? Nope. Does the post own real property? Nope. Just go right through there. Does the post carry an all property insurance? We don't have a billing, so we don't carry that. Does the post retain documents in accordance with the department's document retention policy? Typically what we'll do in the minutes book, because it is historical records, we'll go 2 years and a month. So we'll go to like August 1st, get the paperwork in for the July stuff. Then we'll take out the previous year's minutes, put a binder clip on it, and put it all into a manila envelope. And as new documents come in here, replace these, we take these out and put it in the same envelope. That all goes in a big banker's box and goes on the shelf. Does the post operate a clubroom, canteen, or other? No, we do not. So that is a quick rundown of the post inspection form and the very important post inspection and how we manage our records. You know, basically it's 3 binders and we're done. So if you have any questions, you can contact me, Charles Pickett, at VFWCT2 at VFWNewhaven.org. And I hope you enjoyed this training.